Not to worry, Retrospect is here to make up for the missed information. Retrospect is a complete package of all the major news headlines that made the airwaves from Sunday to Saturday. Join me, Esther Musu, on the program Retrospect on Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja every Sunday at 6 p.m. Retrospect. We keep you informed. Good evening and thank you from Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja. Retrospect is a complete package of all the major news headlines that went out during the outgone week. The news round is also expected to refresh your mind about last week while keeping you looking forward to the week ahead with the knowledge of the past. My name is Esther Musu. I'll be right back. Don't touch that button. Out on the news during the week? Not to worry. Retrospect is here to make up for the missed information. Retrospect is a complete package of all the major news headlines that made the airwaves from Sunday to Saturday. Join me, Esther Musu, on the program Retrospect on Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja every Sunday at 6 p.m. Retrospect. We keep you informed. We begin the week with Monday when the Nigerian headline inflation slowed for the fifth consecutive month in August 2025, providing some respect for consumers grappling with high living costs. Data released by the National Bureau of Statistics on Monday showed that inflation dropped 2%, down from 21.88% in July. The figure represents a 1.76 percentage points decline on a month-on-month basis, and a sharp fall from the 32.15% recorded in August 2024. Consumer Price Index, which tracks the average change in prices of goods and services, ranged up to 126.8 points in August from 125.9 points in July. The National Electric Commission on Monday announced that 4,445,505 Nigerians have registered online in the ongoing continuous voters registration exercise. According to the statement by the National Commission and Chairman of Information and Voters Education Committee, Sam Olumeko, 509,929 people have completed both online pre-registration and in-person registration. He noted that as of September 14, 2025, women accounted for 51.83% of online registrations, while men made up 48.17%. Young people aged 18 to 34 formed the majority at 65.79%, with students representing 25.02%. Still on stories, that was the headline for Monday. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu approved portfolios to 5 executive directors on the board of the North Central Development Commissions to assist the commission in actualizing its statutory mandate. The president asked the executive director to work closely with the governing board of the NCDC in promoting, coordinating the sustainable development of North Central geopolitical region. The stories that made the headline for Monday was Jeff Bassi setting Nigerians in the Guinness World Record. Jeff Bassi has set a new Guinness World Record for the longest serving of Nigerian-style jollof rice, weighing 8,780 kilograms. The record was achieved in partnership with Gino in Victoria Island, Lagos, and this has been officially confirmed by Guinness World Record. And on that note, we the stories that was in the news for Monday. Now let's go stories that made the headline for. Now, no fewer than 123 million Nigerians have been captured in the National Identity Database of the country with their national identity numbers by the National Identity Management Commission. Director General, CEO of NIMC, Engineer Abisoya Koko Odusote, disclosed these in Abuja on Tuesday at the International Conference Center, Abuja, during the 7th National Day of Identity organized by NIMC. Koka Dusote also disclosed that 52% of Nigerians in diaspora have been captured in the National Identity Database, while 85% of inmates in Nigerian correctional centers have also been enrolled. She said NIMC infrastructure have been upgraded across the country and outside with over 200 enrollment centers, while about 125 agencies of government and institutions have had the national identity number harmonized with NIMC. Away from identity matters, Department of State Service have filed a 5-count charge against former presidential candidates Omoyele Sowore alongside social media platforms X-Corp and Meta Incorporations of a post critical of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The suit dated the 16th September 2025 was lodged at the Federal High Court in Abuja after Sowore allegedly refused to delete certain posts about the president. The charges were brought on behalf of DSS and the federal government by MB Abubakar, Director of Public Prosecutions at the Federal Ministry of Justice, alongside 4 other counsels. Away from the National Agency for Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons on Tuesday said it rescued 8 children suspected of having been stolen from northern state and this followed a raid on a popular orphanage in the Delta State capital, Asaba. NAPTIP spokesperson Vincent Adekoya revealed that the development in a statement he signed and released on Tuesday titled NAPTIP rescues 8 suspected children from a popular orphanage in Asaba. The agency said the operation conducted with the Department of State Services, the Nigerian police, and local civil society groups followed years of complaints from parents in Kano and neighboring state of missing children. Another noteworthy stories that made the headline for Tuesday as we look at stories that was on the news for Wednesday. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu announced the end of the 6-month state of emergency in Rivers State to declare that normal democratic governance will resume at midnight on Wednesday. The emergency rule proclaimed on March 18, 2025 followed months of political turmoil between Governor Siminalayi Fubara and the State House of Assembly. Recall that the crisis had brought governance in Rivers State to a halt, with the Supreme Court at one point ruling that there was effectively no government in Rivers State. Tinubu said his decision to invoke Section 305 of the 1999 Constitution was a last resort the feuding parties failed. He noted that it would have been a colossal failure on his part as president not to have made that proclamation. With the lifting of emergency, Governor Fubara, Deputy Governor Ngozi Odo, and Speaker Martin Zamoale, along with other members of Rivers Assembly, resumed their duties on September 18. Three Nigerian programs detained for alleged drug trafficking in Saudi Arabia have been released, and the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency announced this at a press on Wednesday. The agency director of media and advocacy, Femi Babafemi, explained that they really explored an engagement with the NDLEA and Saudi government. Babafemi, however, advised air passengers to always ensure the appropriate tagging of their luggage before departure to avoid being implicated by drug peddlers. Away from that, still on Wednesday stories, Independent National Electoral Commission issued a strong warning to the public to ignore a fake recruitment advert and making it round on social media platforms. In a statement posted on its official X handle, formerly known as Twitter, on Wednesday, the electoral body dismissed the circulating notice, which falsely claims that INEC is currently recruiting for various positions. The fraudulent advert directs applicants to a fake website in inecrecruitment.com to submit their personal details. INEC made it clear that it is not conducting any recruitment exercise at the moment, urging the public not to fall prey to scams. On Wednesday, Stories National Examination Council disclosed that 38 schools in 13 states were involved in a whole school cheating during the conduct of the 2025 Internal Senior School Certificate Examination. Announcing this during the release of the 2025 Internal SSCE, the Registrar and Chief Executive Officer of NECO, Professor Danteni Ibrahim Busheshi, said that 9 supervisors were recommended for blacklisting due to poor supervision, aiding and abetting lateness, rural behavior, assault, and insubordination. It is disclosed that the school involved in school mass cheating have been invited to the council for discussions, after which appropriate sanctions will be applied. You're listening to Retrospect on Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja. We'll be right back after this break. Don't go away. Did you miss out on the news during the week? Not to worry. Retrospect is here to make up for the missed information. Retrospect is a complete package of all the major news headlines that made the airwaves from Sunday to Saturday. Join me, Esther Musu, on the program Retrospect on Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja every Sunday at 6 p.m. Retrospect. We keep you informed. Did you miss out on the news during the week? Not to worry. Retrospect is here to make up for the missed information. Retrospect is a complete package of all the major news headlines that made the airwaves from Sunday to Saturday. Join me, Esther Musu, on the program Retrospect on Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja every Sunday at 6 p.m. Retrospect. We keep you informed. It's good to know you're still there, and it's still Retrospect on Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja. And let's look at stories that wasn't the news for Thursday. Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Senator George Akume, declared open the second quarter of the 2025 meeting of the Forum of Secretary to the Government of the Federation and Secretaries to the Government of States held in Jos Plateau State. In his opening remarks, the SGF noted that the meeting, which is the second since the inception of administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, was designed to strengthen governance structures, harmonize policies across national and subnational levels, The SGF described the office of the SGF and SSGs as the engine room of government operations, adding that their responsibilities span across policy coordinations, coordinating affairs and management, intergovernmental and interministerial coordinations, institutional memories, and continuity in adversary roles. Away from that, Honourable Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development Festus Keyamo performed the groundbreaking ceremony of Airpeace Maintenance Repair and Overhaul Facility at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos. Keyamo stated that the landmark project, supported by Fidelity Bank and the Bank of Industry, is being realized in partnership with Emirates of Brazil and will be providing full technical backing to ensure global standard aircraft maintenance services, adding that the facility will not only serve Nigerian airlines but also position the nation as a regional hub for aircraft maintenance. He reiterated that his mandate is to nurture, grow indigenous business in the aviation sector in line with the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Away from that, federal governments reintroduced the Nigerian history as a compulsory subject in the National Basic Education Curriculum, reaffirming its commitment to fostering national identity, unity, patriotism, and responsible citizenship among young Nigerians. The Honourable Minister of Education, Dr. Muraf Tunja Lausa, together with the Honourable Minister of State for Education, Professor Shai Zaid Ahmed, expressed profound gratitude to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for championing the landmark reform under the renewed hope agenda. They emphasized that history is not merely a record of the past, but a vital foundation for shaping responsible and patriotic citizens. Still on Thursday stories, Honorable Abike Dabere, Chairman, CEO Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, commended the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, the Office of the National Security Advisor, Minister of Foreign Affairs, and the Nigerian Consulate in Jeddah for their collaborative efforts that led to the release of 3 Nigerians earlier detained in Saudi Arabia of alleged drug trafficking. According to Newcombox, the successful resolution of the case is yet another testament to the fact that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration of renewed hope agenda will not relent in ensuring that no Nigerian anywhere in the world suffers punishment for a crime they did not commit. She appealed to travelers to listen to the warning of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agencies to always cross-check their luggage tags before checking in their luggage. Story where the news that made headlines for Thursday. Now let's look at stories that wasn't in the news for Friday. Federal Cabinet Territory Chapter of the National Association of Resident Doctors suspended its indefinite strike. President of the chapter, George Ebong, who disclosely said the members were expected to resume work on Monday, September 22nd, 2025 at 8 a.m. Ebong explained that the suspension followed the intervention of the Senate Committee on Federal Territory Area Council and Artillery Matters. He, however, reviewed that none of the demands of the association has been met yet. He also noted that the association was assured by the Senate Committee of a meeting with the FCT ministers soon to address the lingering issues. Ministry of Livestock Development unveiled a comprehensive investment roadmap designed to transform the country's livestock sector into a driver of food security, rural prosperity, and a national economic growth. The plan, developed in collaboration with the International Livestock Research Institute, was formally presented to the Honourable Minister of Livestock Development, Idi Mukhtar Mahi, and the National Projects Coordinator of Livestock Productivity and Resilience Support Project, Dr. Sanisu Abubakar, marking a new phase in Nigeria's livestock policy and practice. Permanent Secretary of the Ministry, Dr. Chineye Joma Akujobi, Directors of the ministries and other senior officers attended the event alongside members of the ILRI delegation, led by senior agricultural economist Dr. Dolabo Ehihoro. The Service Commission on Friday, September 19, 2025, continued with its compulsory promotion exercise for senior police officers due for promotion to the next rank. 630 Deputy Superintendent of Police were recommended for promotion to the next rank of Superintendent of Police and were exposed to written examination held at the Commission's Perry Osondu Auditoriums at its corporate headquarters, Jabi Abuja. Justice Paul Adamu Galamoje, retired Justice of the Supreme Court, Honorable Commissioner representing Judiciary in the Commission, while declaring the exams open, said the Commission will continue to encourage officers to seek for knowledge and improve quality of their mental capacity for effective service delivery. DIG Taiwo Lakanu, Chairman of the Commission's Standing Committee on Police Matters, said in his introductory remarks to the officers that police promotion exams was not only timely but necessary, but will help the image of the force. While speaking, Chairman of the Commission, DIG Hashim Arugungu, promised that the Commission will continue to ensure that promotions in the Nigerian police are timely, credible, transparent, and merit-based. DIG Arugungu said the promotion must be earned and justifiable institution, insisting that the promotion examination for officers will give credibility and respect to officers wearing new ranks. Well, we wish our men in uniform all the best, and that's what's the news for Friday as we look at the stories that was in the news for Saturday. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu paid a condolence visit to the family of late former President Muhammadu Buhari in Kaduna, assuring them that his administration will sustain and uphold the values and legacies left behind by the departed leader. President, who was received at the Buhari family residence by the late President's widow Aisha, his eldest son Yusuf, and all the relatives, said the nation shared in their grief and would forever remember Buhari's virtues. According to a statement issued by his special advisor on information and strategy, Bayo Odunoga, the president said he was there to assure the family that he shares in its griefs and pain. Responding to emotional tone, Aisha Buhari thanked President Tinubu, the First Lady, and members of government for their unwavering support since the passing of her husband. She said the visit was a source of comfort to the family and praised her late husband's virtues, urging Nigerians to emulate them. Away from that, Nigerian Center for Disease Control and Prevention declared that there was no case of Ebola in the Federal Capital Territory after the index patient suspected of having the virus that caused hemorrhagic fever tested negative for Ebola and Marburg disease. In a statement on his X-handle on Friday, the center, however, noted that further tests for VHFs like Lassa and Dangles are ongoing. Advised the public to seek medical help immediately if they felt unwell, especially after traveling. The NCDC also advised the public to shun rumors. The center updates came after the suspect passengers about the Rwanda air to Abuja were thought to have exhibited Ebola-related symptoms. Away from that, National Emergency Management Agency, Kano Operation Office, have received 148 Nigerian immigrant returnees from Sudan as part of ongoing effort to facilitate safe return of Nigerians abroad. According to a statement released on Saturday by NEMA, the returnees arrived at Malam Aminu Kano International Airport aboard a chartered flight operated by Traco Aviation at approximately 2:30 hours on Friday. They included 25 men, 27 women, 39 male children and 57 female children. Statement by NEMA explained that upon arrival, the returnees were transported to the Chile hotel for profiling and documentation by relevant stakeholders. The statement added that returnees were not enrolled in any reintegration program. It further described that the exercise as well coordinated and was successfully executed. And that's our package for the program today. Retrospect on Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja. You can follow us on our social media handles on Facebook at Citizen FM Abuja, on Instagram at Citizen FM 937, on Twitter, now known as X, at Citizen FM 937. You can also check us out on our website on citizenfm.ng. Let's make it a date, same time next week on Retrospect. I am Esther Mosu. Bye for now, and just stay tuned for the next program.
Out on the news during the week? Not to worry. Retrospect is here to make up for the missed information. Retrospect is a complete package of all the major news headlines that made the airwaves from Sunday to Saturday. Join me, Esther Musu, on the program Retrospect on Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja every Sunday at 6 p.m. Retrospect, we keep you informed.